Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Box. Today we're going to be taking a look at the biggest stories of the week before previewing the Japanese Grand Prix, which is this weekend. Joining me today on the end, Adam Todd.
Good day.
Then we have the two Craigs side by side each other. So first story we're going to talk about is, we never covered this last week, I'm not sure why we didn't, the Stroll and Vettel incident at the end of the Malaysian Grand Prix. At first it looked like Stroll might have been to blame, but now new footage has come out this morning that shows maybe Vettel in a worse light than Stroll at the minute. Adam, do you want to start kick us off with your take on the incident?
Well, initially, as you said, Adam, when we did see it last week, I was blaming Stroll more than Vettel or a racing incident. I did think it was Stroll's fault from the onboard footage that I had saw. But obviously today the new footage has came out. You see Lance Stroll with the steering wheel, you know, he's not went to the left or to the right. So, and it does look as if Vettel has just kind of clipped him. It is a very, very strange incident though. I'd still put it down to a racing incident, but I think Vettel's probably, with the new footage I saw, Vettel's probably more to blame than Stroll, but I'd still say a racing incident, even though it was after the checkered flag.
Yeah, it's just one of these, there's one of these that happen every decade or so, like the Albert and Schumacher, that there's no real explanation why it happened or how it just seemed to just happen, and no one really has to blame, or no, it's just one of these that it's pointless. And you look at the footage of Stroll, he's not turning the steering wheel. Look at Vettel, he's just going a bit. They've just tried to get the same bit of tarmac at the same time.
It's not worth the drama that's being created.
No, not really.
Craig?
I can't see the FIA doing anything about it. I think they'll leave it as it is at this stage, just as a, well, can't call it a racing incident because they weren't actually racing at the point. But yeah, it's an odd one. Although Stroll didn't turn the steering wheel right, you know, it was a left corner and he didn't really steer it left either. So you could kind of say he could have been a bit more in. But then at the same time, on your cool down lap, you're wanting to pick up some rubber. So that's maybe why I was going out towards that line. Vettel did chop him off maybe slightly more than was necessary. He was going maybe a bit faster than was necessary on the cool down lap. It was a weird one. Can't really explain it. So
no penalties given. Doesn't look like Vettel's going to get a gearbox.
Yeah, from what I've heard, they've escaped any damage, so that's very lucky indeed. I think if they had a 5-place penalty, they've got enough of a task in their hands. Japan, that's a circuit that looks like it'll favour Mercedes and maybe even Red Bull a bit more. So a 5-place penalty would have really been the final nail in the coffin of the championship. But it's slim hopes after his unlucky last couple of races are maybe still alive.
Yep. So also this week, Williams announced that they were giving 2 days of testing later this month each to Robert Kubica and Paul di Resta. Looks like it could kind of be a whoever does best gets a seat for next year kind of thing. Adam, do you think that's the right thing to do?
Well, it's a fantastic opportunity for both drivers. I think it's, for me, obviously Williams will have the chance to assess both drivers here, which is good for the team, and because Robert Kubica is a massive risk to have in a car next year. He's been out for so long, that terrible injury. It's great to see him now returning to F1. I think everybody here would love to see Robert Kubica return. However, it is a big risk, but we will see with the test whether he has got it, and if he has, there's no doubt he will be in that car. I'd like to see Paul di Resta get another shot, because obviously in Hungary he didn't get the result he was after, but he hadn't tested that car and still did a good job. So I think it's going to be interesting to see who they pick between di Resta and Kubica.
I'm just right, I've been saying Kubica's name wrong for the past 5 years, so that's always good. Craig?
It's one of these as well. Is it the 2014 car they're testing?
Yeah,
2014.
2014. Aye, that was their good one, wasn't it?
How can you compare that to 20 with the downforces and with Kubica's injuries as well? I don't see how they can fully test whether he's capable of that. You can test his speed and everything, but I think the first real test you can get is if they do hire him and give him a shot at testing Barcelona in February. That's the first real indicator I think they'll get.
Greg, did you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with it. I think it's a bit daft that they give him a 2014 car. It's so different. Obviously that's an in-between for Kubica, of last being an F1 in 2010, theoretically it could be an F1 in 2018, so realistically the car is as far from the last car he drove and the next car he's going to drive if he gets the seat as possible, so it's a odd car to choose for them to test. With a good car for Williams that year, so I don't know, maybe they get a lot of good feedback from the car, maybe that's a good idea for them. I think it's worth the risk though. You know, Massa went off to retire last year before Nico Rosberg decided he was doing the same, and Valtteri Bottas moved to Williams, so I think it's time for Massa to go. I think he probably realises that to some extent as well. He's sort of in there at the moment, doing what Schumacher did originally with him, you know, training him to become good. He's training Stroll to become good. I think he's done a great job. Look at Stroll already, he's getting consistent points compared to what he was doing earlier in the season. So I think Massa's done a good job in helping Stroll, but I think next season Stroll will be a mature driver, and I don't think Massa's job as a kind of a mentor is going to really be necessary anymore. So I think realistically that as well, even if it is just on a 1-year contract, taking a risk with the Resta or Kubica, whether it goes wrong, even if they made a driver change after the season, there's probably going to be drivers coming in, seats opening up going into 2019. So I think it's worth taking the risk and going for either the Resta or Kubica. As we kind of said before the show though, I think the Resta might even just be a kind of filler. I think it is looking at getting Kubica back into the sport. Yeah. It's something you didn't think was going to happen. You know, 2010 was the last time he was in the sport, so it'd be incredible to see him come back.
Yeah. So we've all got a decision tonight. We'll go down the line. If you were Williams, who would you take for next season? The Resta, Kubica, or stick with Felipe Massa? Adam?
It's difficult to give you a one-word answer, but we'll say the Resta, although I think Kubica could end up being a reserve driver.
Great.
I'd go with Kubica, the rest of the third driver as the option if it turns out you can't do it. He's straight in there.
Yeah, I'd agree with Craig, I think, as well. You know, they had a kind of set up like that at Red Bull in 2005 where Clean and Liuzzi both kind of shared the seat. I think even maybe doing that to start the season is not the worst idea, but at the same time, that can be a bit clumsy and maybe it's going to cost them points ultimately in the end. So I think they will stick for one driver, and I think it'll be Kubica that we'll get to see. It'd be good to see the rest of back in the sport, but I think it'll be Kubica.
I'm going to go with the Resta, go with Adam, so we've got a bit of a split opinion on the
Adam
panel.
v. Craig's.
Yeah, Adam v. Craig's. But that will be that for that bit. We're going to go into the Japanese Grand Prix this weekend at Suzuka. Sebastian Vettel 4 wins there, Lewis Hamilton 3 wins. Last year's winner Nico Rosberg obviously not in the sport anymore. Adam, what is the one thing you're going to look for this weekend?
I think with a Mercedes pace that seems to have gone in the past couple of races, will that return in Suzuka? I think that's the big thing everybody will be watching. Off the back of 2 races which really should have been Ferraris, and Mercedes have somehow escaped miraculously with Lewis Hamilton's victory in Singapore, followed by a second place in Malaysia, so they've really been let off the hook. I don't think they'll be so lucky in Japan if that pace isn't there, but I expect it will be. It is a track that should suit them a lot more. It's a lot more power dependent. Since the hybrid cars came in 2014, they've had 3 front row walkouts in a row and also 3 race victories, so it's definitely a track that Mercedes should suit Mercedes.
Great.
Yeah, I think I've got to agree with Adam, but as well, you wonder, Red Bull's resurgence, where are they now in this pecking order? You know, Malaysia shouldn't really have suited them, to be honest. There's the long
Was it just a
straights.
one-off?
Exactly. Can they actually compete with Ferrari and Mercedes now on a regular basis and hold the key to actually the championships?
Yeah, I mean, Red Bull won 4 Grand Prix in Japan, and despite only being a team for 10, 12 years, that's only been bettered by Ferrari and McLaren, who are essentially the 2 best teams in the history of F1. So Red Bull, like Suzuka, have a good history there, as does Vettel, interestingly, although it was at Red Bull that he had that good history there. So yeah, it's not a track that's always favoured Hamilton, so it might cost him a wee bit, but as Adam said, you know, the Mercedes pace is big this weekend because it's a track that really should favour them. They've been, even though they've been lucky and gotten the results in the last 2 races, they have been off the pace in Singapore and they've been off the pace in Malaysia. Red Bull actually look faster than them. I think they look 3rd best in both. So they need to be the quickest team here in a circuit that really does favour their car, or else clearly they have lost pace. And even though there's a gap, Vettel will be looking at that with confidence. You know, Hamilton won the last 4 or 5 races of last season, nearly got it back, so Vettel could do the same.
Yep. So Adam, as Craig mentioned, McLaren have 9 wins around the circuit, most recently in 2011. How do you see them performing this weekend?
I think they get win number 10. What's it? I've been impressed with their improvement recently, for sure. Stoffel Van Dorn, we've spoken about this plenty of times, that he is starting to come of age now, starting to show the potential that we all expected him to show in the early stages of the season. And I think Fernando Alonso has got to perform better as well, because he's currently negotiating this new contract with McLaren. It's not going to help his case if he's getting out qualified and outperformed in races by Stoffel. I think it's going to be difficult though, because it is a power dependent track for sort of Honda's home race, so a lot of excitement, anticipation around that. You'll have all the hierarchy from Honda there, so big pressure as well on the team this weekend. And I've also heard that they might be taking engine penalties, and they've got a dilemma whether to take new engine parts or not to take them in order to score a good result in their home race. But it's going to be another tough weekend. I think if they can come out at Suzuka with a couple of points and job well done.
You notice though, ever since the deal's been signed with Renault, they've scored quite a lot of points. It's almost like as soon as the pressure's gone, as soon as both teams are like, right, we can just get on with what we're doing, they've actually sorted it out.
I was going to say, I don't want to mention that because I don't want to cuss it as if Honda are finally getting their act together just as the contract's been terminated. But yeah, they
get revenge by Honda for being let go.
And Toro Rosso win next year, that'd be incredible.
Right, they just go from 0 to 100 and Gazza's champion.
Yeah.
So just before we do our predictions, I'm going to put this final question to Craig's. The midfield battle, how do you see that going this weekend? Who's going to come out on top?
Force India, if you want to class it as midfield, it should be a circuit that favours them. I think Renault will probably be up there as well. It should be quite interesting. I do think McLaren will be a bit affected. You're on power quite a lot on the circuit. Also, you've got to start where you've got the S's. So I think McLaren might not be quite as quick. Saying that though, they have improved in previous races. Their chassis is quite good, so they should be actually okay through the fast corners. So you never know. It's always an interesting one with midfield. You never really know what's going to happen.
Craig?
Yeah, I agree. Force India, you'd put your money on is going to be the best of the rest after the top 6. But I think it depends on, you look at Williams, what Williams is going to turn up. They're either hot or they're cold. There's no in between. It's the same you could argue with Renault. You know, you see they're either in points or they're like last weekend in 15th and 16th. So there's a few of them. It just really depends on whether they turn up this weekend. Some of them, there doesn't really seem to be the circuits either. You think, well, some tracks should suit their cars, and they're dropping out in Q1, especially with Williams. So it depends who turns up this weekend. I think it'll change every race from the last 5 now.
So it's time for your big decisions, the top 3 for the weekend, as well as any things you might predict to happen, any unusual things that you might want to talk about. Adam, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go with Sebastian Vettel, even though Mercedes have been dominant at this track since 2014. I think Ferrari are due a slice of luck because they've been so unlucky in the past couple of races, and I do think obviously Vettel's now got this new engine, and this new engine apparently is meant to be a few tenths quicker than the previous one. If that is the case, I certainly think Ferrari will be up there. Probably, I'd like to see Red Bull get in the mix, but I think realistically Mercedes are going to be there, so I'd probably go with Hamilton second and then maybe Ricardo, Verstappen third.
Craig?
I think I agree with Adam with Vettel. You never know, you know, Suzuka, it's always had the thing with messing up title battles. You wonder, Hamilton, he's a big fan of Senna Prost to turn 1 if Vettel's alongside him. But no, I think got to go Vettel first. I think the Red Bulls will be in the mix again. I think Ricardo second and Hamilton third.
We're just going to have to keep saying every week, Vettel needs to win this week. It's just going to be the rest of the season until I always predict him first. Craig?
Yeah, I almost want to convince myself something's going to happen to Hamilton. So I think, you know, a slice of luck has got to come in Vettel's favour after what's happened the last 2 races. You look at Hamilton as well, even if you look at previous seasons, you know, like when he was battling for the championship 08 or something like that, he had the odd collision here and there. He's had nothing all season. Even last season, bar the one with Rosberg in Spain, there's just no minor contact anywhere anymore. And like, you know,
as well, last year.
was that the year before? Was that 2015?
That was last year, wasn't it?
Rosberg and Hamilton in the last lap.
It was just last year. A long time
Seems
ago.
like so much has
That was
changed.
2015.
Yeah.
Aye, but you feel like something's got to be coming his way unlucky soon. So
He has had one retirement, I've said this before, in every other season he's raced
yeah,
in,
and he's
so
still not had it yet this season. So
could be coming.
I'd be hoping, for the championship's sake, Vettel can win, and I think because he's so determined and knowing he has to, he will. I don't think you'll even consider Bottas or Raikkonen for the podium at the moment. They seem so. Flying Finn is not a word, not a phrase that you can really use for either of them at the moment. They seem so off it. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'll just go with Ricardo second, Verstappen third. I think Verstappen might even beat Ricardo because he'll probably still be riding high after his win at Malaysia. But let's hope the usual doesn't come back and he doesn't have an unfortunate retirement on lap 3 or a crash or so fingers crossed.
I'm going to go for a Vettel win as well, but I'm going to do sort of bounce back where Bottas and Raikkonen are going to get on the podium together. Second, but you would get good odds on that. Second and third.
Leicester won the Premier League, so
They've been unlucky in the past few races, so they're going to come good here and keep Hamilton off the podium is the dream anyway.
if you're Mercedes, I'm looking at that.
So that's going to do us for this episode. We'll be back next week with our review of the Japanese Grand Prix. Hopefully it's a good one. Thank you to Adam,
Thank you.
Craig, and Craig as well. We will see you next time. Box.